Hi, Sarah Jacobs here. If you're watching today's video, chances are you and or your spouse have had an opportunity to accumulate retirement assets. And if divorce is on the table, you're wondering what's happening to your nest egg. If so, today's video is for you. As a family, spouses often talk about how their combined assets and savings might help their life look better in those relaxation years. Inevitably, divorce, which may already be stressful, overly complicates the question of what retirement might look like without those shared assets. A lot of our clients often question us as to whether they're going to have to share their nest egg, or if they didn't have an opportunity to really save during the marriage, whether they get to share in their spouse's nest egg. The answer is yes. Generally, spouses in New Jersey are required to share, sometimes equally and sometimes unequally, the retirement assets that they've accumulated during the course of their marriage. Of course, as with anything, I use the word generally because there's a lot of fact-sensitive issues involved and analysis has to be done. Let's talk about the spouse who had a job prior to marriage and left that job before they said, I do. If they had a retirement account there and that retirement account remains intact, maybe just riding along with the market, there's a good chance that that retirement account is exempt from distribution and they won't have to share it. But what if that same spouse was working in the job that they had during the course of the marriage, but they worked there prior to the day that they said, I do, and they've been adding along since their nuptials? Well, there's a good chance that there's a premarital component to that account, and that premarital component combined with gains and losses may also be exempt from distribution. Another thing to consider is how many retirement accounts we're really talking about. If there are multiple accounts, we need to look at the types of each account, how much is in each account, and then we can look at whether the parties can do what's called an offset, where each party keeps the retirement account in their own name, but maybe there's a rollover or a portion of one account that's shared to better equalize the total between the two spouses. Another thing to consider is exactly what type of retirement accounts we're talking about. While IRAs and 401ks are the most popular types of retirement vehicles, there are a lot of other options. There are pensions, state, federal, local, and there's also other vehicles like 403bs that are similar to 401ks. The type of accounts actually matter. This affects the way monies accrue, how the plans can be divided, whether they're qualified or non-qualified. And ultimately, you need to look at the plan documents for each type of retirement account to let you know how and when these accounts can be divided. Also, not all accounts are created equal. Some accounts are only self-contributed. Some accounts have retirement from employers contributed to them. Some accounts are vested, some are partially vested, some are qualified, and some are non-qualified. All of these differences make it important to figure out how the benefits can be paid from one spouse to another now and in the future. You may need what's known as a qualified domestic relations order or a domestic relations order in order to help tell the plan administrator when and how each spouse gets a piece of that retirement account. As you can see, retirement accounts are tricky and dividing them is even trickier. It's important that you seek the advice of a lawyer who's experienced with this type of work so they know what they're looking at and they know what questions to ask. It's really important that your settlement agreement or the court's order, if you're relying on the court, is clearly written and in accordance with state and federal regulations regarding retirement accounts. It's important to think about these things early in the process so that you can think about the nuances and make sure that you're well protected. Our team at Jacobs Berger has handled retirement account division in nearly every divorce we've done. We know what to look for, we know what questions to ask, and more importantly, we know what professionals you should also be talking to, like your accountant, financial advisor, tax strategist, and estate attorney. Whether you're looking to protect your retirement assets or trying to find out whether you're entitled to share in them, we're here for you. We look forward to talking with you.